Hi, Sizo Makowa here from Sumatensi Tech. Back again. Today I'm doing a review of my Galaxy GTS5310I. Okay, so you're gonna ask me why am I doing a review of such an old phone. As I told you last week on the video I did, people are so loyal to their phones, and I am also guilty of the same thing. So I wouldn't be able to do a review of other phones without having done a review of a phone that I've used for almost 2 years now. So a review of Galaxy GTS5310i. Let's get to it. Okay, to be honest with you, I didn't actually want this phone when I wanted to buy the phone. I actually wanted a Galaxy GTS5328 GTS5280, but then I actually ended up getting this one. Okay, so the thing about these two phones is that this one actually got the turn over to mute function, so I actually wanted to try that one out, but then they said that this one also has that function. Sadly, after a few weeks trying to get over the phone, I didn't find it. It isn't there. The only difference between the two phones are those functions, and then the softwares or the versions of Android they are using. This one, it runs your Jelly Bean. It's 4.1.2 your Android. Then this one is 4.4.2. So this one is pretty much more advanced than this one. But then all the other tech specs, like the RAM, it's 460 megabytes, and then that one is also 460 megabytes, and all the other specs. But then the primary focus today is on the GTS5310i, which I've been using for many years now. Okay, the other thing with this phone is the camera. The camera is actually good. When I actually first got the phone, the camera was pretty what average. Like a 2 megapixel camera is not very much useful in this day and age, but then during that time I actually could take a lot of beautiful photos with it. And still, even now, if there is a quick situation, like I have to take a photo now, I actually still use this phone. The bad thing is that it doesn't have a flashlight, so you can't be able to take photos in low or dim lights. You actually need full light to actually be able to use this camera and take photos. Also, the battery life. The battery is amazingly well on this phone. Actually, I get 7 hours on Wi-Fi. I get like 4 or 5 on 3G and the other networks. Also, there is one other thing of concern when it comes to using 3G and other high networks or fast networks on this phone. It actually gets hotter than the battery here. Actually, when you were handling the phone and using it, you notice that it will start getting very hot. And actually, when I first noticed the thing, I actually wanted to put the phone on the fridge because it was too hot. Like the battery, sometimes I had to remove the two and like for 30 minutes or so that it may be cool again, and then I'll be able to continue using the phone. The other thing that I want to share with you about the phone is that it has 3-inch display. It has a 3-inch screen display, the touch screen. As you can see, this phone doesn't actually have those fancy display types of things, so I don't wanna really drill into that because that doesn't really apply here. And also, you can run a few apps on this phone, but then it doesn't want you to run games or many games. You can actually run 1 or 2, but not many games or social media apps. Like you can't have your Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at the same time. You can have 2. And also Facebook, as you know, is actually takes a lot of space, so it's good if you have Twitter and Instagram and then use Facebook on the web. Okay, actually, scratch that. or do whatever you like with it. But then what I'm saying is it isn't that efficient to use the apps on this phone. You can have them, but then using them will make the phone run slower and become hot quicker. I think you get what I mean right now. Okay, so the other thing I like about the phone is that it actually sits well on my hand. So as you can see, I can actually hold the phone easily. So it sits right in my hand, and I can actually press it or touch it very easily and do many other things. The only problem I have with actually handling and touching it right now is when I'm typing. So as you can see, the phone is pretty small, and when I type or chat with the phone, it actually gets too annoying, and my thumb gets tired actually, because I now have to see, because I have a bigger hand. Okay, so the other thing that was off when I got the phone, and I actually wasn't in the game very much back then, because I actually thought that the space here is actually 4 gigs, and that's the space I can use. But then you'll find out that another portion of the space, it's 1.5 something gigs, is dedicated to the use of the phone. It's actually for the phone, so you cannot use it. So that's pretty a bad thing about the phone, or what I found bad when I actually first got the phone. But then the music also is playing well, also YouTube is running well. I'm not sure between it's YouTube and Instagram. So when you're using YouTube on this phone, the videos play well, and you can also play them on using your Chrome browser, they actually play well. But then when playing Instagram videos, it tends to exit the app. Every time you try to play a video on Instagram, it will play maybe for the first time, and then for the second time it will actually exit the app, and that's understandable, given that the phone is only 460 megabits of RAM, so it can actually only handle that much of data on its memory. Okay, so there you have it. Samsung Galaxy GTS5310I review from Somatex Makoba. Let me know if you think I left something out, and also let me know on the comment section what other phone do you actually want me to review. Leave your comment, like this video, and subscribe. Thank you. See you the next time. Cheers.